that he had to keep doing it from his experience, even though it doesn't matter how many times you get rejected. I came to him and said, one time he took me to pick up my car, and he has a box of gift. And I turned to him and said, I cannot do this to my wife. Every time I bought something, give it to her, she rejected it. And he calmly, as Jim always be, looked at me with a smile. I said, my wife did the same thing. But I keep buying it to her. So to me, that's the lesson I learned from Jim Leonard, my best ever friend. And that you have to keep trying and trying and trying. And sometimes I buy gifts, not for another person, but for me. So another thing to do is make sure you don't buy things for yourself. Buy things for another.
Other than happy surprises, is it ever okay to keep a secret from your partner? Or should you always be a completely open book? Carla?
How come I get the hardest question? Just kidding. I think that's a really, really difficult question to answer. I think it's a really important question to answer. And I don't think the answer is serendipitously going to appear. It's something that you have to think about in yourself and with your partner and with other people. And for me, I try to share things with my husband, but there are very definitely things that I take control of, that I do, that I don't talk about, that I may not talk about with anybody, or I may share with a friend, but I definitely don't share with my spouse. I mean, for example, he of course knows about my eye and the things that I've gone through that way, but there are other things, for example, some of the money things, I'm in charge of the money. I don't share with him how generous I've been with this or that or the other thing. He doesn't ask, he doesn't care. I do, and I make the decision because that's our agreement. So there are definitely things that I don't share with him, but I think things of the heart perhaps would not be something that you wouldn't share with your spouse, but I'm not that much of an open book anymore. I used to be when I was a kid. And I definitely have things that I'm closed about, and I think that's perfectly okay.
You're getting something useful out of this.
Got it. Great marriage now.
What do you think is the best thing about being married and why? Casey?
I got that.
Well, being married for over 27 years, I guess, does have something to do with what I have found in my serendipitous travels, some of the things I've discovered. But about having a good marriage and making it last has a lot to do with give and take, understanding, not looking for some reasons to be unhappy, but look for reasons to be happy. And that's something that Jen and I practice a lot. One area we talked about that we get along very well on is the TV in the bedroom. The question is not, should you have a TV in the bedroom, but is how big a TV in the bedroom. You can get the little tiny ones, or you can get the great big ones. But regardless of how big the TV is, the one thing that Jen and I do have in common is we enjoy the same programs. And we don't like to watch TV alone, one in one room, one in the other. With the exceptions when the Raiders are on TV, she wants nothing to do with them except when they're playing Denver Broncos. Otherwise, I just want to tell you that Jen and I have a lot of fun together. And we're constantly playing little jokes on each other or situations. And she has other words for me when I pull some of my shenanigans, but they always work out for the better. And that's one way that we keep a great marriage is we are, I would say, we wake up happy and we go to bed happy.
Something I didn't know before getting married and wish that I had known is, Martin?
Oh, okay. Something that I didn't know before marriage, and I wish I had known, was how insistent my wife was going to be that her parents move in with us. Yeah, it's not really serendipitous. She had hinted at it before, but we've never gotten to the details. I figured it'd be, a little bit later. We'd have a few years together, just the two of us, and then when the grandkids came along for the grandparents, they might move in and have some fun with the grandkids. But they moved in far ahead of schedule. And other than that, I would say, my bit of advice, make sure the two of you are in perfect agreement if you're ever thinking about having someone else moving with you. And the rest, I'll talk about the TV in the bedroom. I don't like TVs in the bedroom. Or anywhere. I'm trying to banish it from the household at the moment, so I'd be in the voting for no. I totally agree that, the bedroom, you can do a lot of other things besides TV, like talking. TV, and besides, everybody wants their own program anyways. Nowadays with iPads, each of you will have an iPad, so what do you need a TV for? That's all I have.
To mention that there's 450 channels of nothing. All right, I think we're about out of time. I did want to give you some unsolicited advice from people who actually are very close to your situation. My daughter-in-law just got married less than 2 years ago. So she just put out her wedding video yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was like 33 minutes of, tear-jerking, beautiful, beautiful footage. So I thought, well, I'll ask them some of these questions. So last night they shot me back some answers. I wanted to give you some quick advice from Andrew and Megan Schwan.
Aww.
So the best advice they got is talk it out and do not go to bed angry. The worst advice, start a family ASAP. What to know before getting married? Megan says the paperwork involved in changing your name is horrendous.
Well, I'm not doing that. So you guys know.
Okay.
My name.
The best thing about being married is the reliability of love from your love. Reliability from the love of your life. The best piece of advice, enjoy your wedding day and honeymoon. People are extra nice to you. And with that, I'll return control of the meeting to, I guess we're turning it over to our general evaluator, David Harvey.
All table topics, speakers right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Tosh.
Everyone, so I have a list of all the speakers. It was Rana, Robert, Norm, Karen, Macau, Ted, Carla, Casey, and Martin. Am I missing anyone? And I don't know if Robert used the word of the day. Didn't catch it.
Yeah,
He did, okay. I didn't catch it, but everybody else did use the word of the day. So we can vote for it.
Can you repeat the names again?
We have Rana, Robert, Norm, Karen, Macau, Ted, Carla, Casey, and Martin.
Those are the people qualified.
A lot. That's good.
Over half the club.
Good.
Competition.
And the timers report,
We just.
All on time. All qualified.
does,
They all qualify.
do we, it's a long list. So, in reverse, Martin, Casey, Carla, Ted, Norm, Mikhail, Karen, Robert, Rana, and Robert's in, or out? Robert's in. So we have like 9, that is a record. Please pass your votes to Stacy. 10.
No, I said ties should be banned. This is soccer.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shootout.
Shootout.
How this is going?
Right? You got 30 seconds.
Are you, we've talked about conflict, so you're, well, that's certainly one method among many. Has everyone voted?
Yes.
Okay, so we now have Norm Midas for Beth Lewis.
This was a 2 to 3 minute speech that took, I think, about a week and a half. What you did that I thought was really remarkable was not only to deliver a toast, but to create the whole event so that you could. And that's a really remarkable thing. That took a lot of energy, it took a lot of creativity, it took bringing everybody in the group together and giving us the chance to express our love and appreciation for Kristin. We planned the food, we planned the drinks, we planned the gifts, we planned the theme, brought everything together all around the event of giving a toast. That's really something. The speech itself was right on point. You told personal stories about Kristin, about how much she cares about and is involved in Toastmasters, about her dedication to her work, little anecdotes about Nick not being a morning person and giving him room not to be one. And your manner as you spoke was as it always is, open and friendly, accessible, very likable. So I thought that it was a remarkable thing to create the whole event and give an effective toast. The one thing, since I'm supposed to say so, that might have worked better was the logistics of the champagne. If that had been poured 2 minutes earlier, the whole thing would have been smoother, with a little less clattering going on while you were speaking. On the whole, though, it was a great job. That was really good. And thanks so much for pulling this together for us all.